everyone, I'm Summer, and this is my channel, Red Lipstick Book Addict, where we like to talk about mysteries, thrillers, romances, and so much more. And today we're going to be talking about A Court of Mist and Fury. So, A Court of Mist and Fury, that would be the second book in the ACOTAR series, as you probably already know. And I just want to say that I will be pronouncing Rysand's name as Rysand and not Rysand. And if you have a problem with that, that's too bad. Because in my head, his name is Rysand. Also, Amryn. I've heard some people pronounce that one differently. I've heard them pronounce it Amryn, which I'm like, no, her name is Amryn. So, full disclosure. And as far as this book goes, I have one word for you. Smut. S-M-U-T, smut. This book is spicy. Much spicier, I might add, than A Court of Thorns and Roses. So, if you were a little disappointed in the spice level in this book, I'm here to tell you it gets much, much better in A Court of Mist and Fury. Okay, and you will not be disappointed. It gets a little freaky, not gonna lie. And I love this book. I feel like Feyre really comes into her own as the sassy diva that she is. She's very spunky. She's a fighter. She's a warrior. She's a hero. And in this book, she really comes into her identity and she's healing. She's not, I guess, I don't like using this word, but like she's not as damaged as she is in the first book. She's recovering. So she really becomes strong. This book is very long. I will say that. You're in for a lot. I think this one is like around 600 pages or something, and the first one's not as long. I mean, you could tell just by looking at, like, let's compare. So, this one, you can see how thin that is. Probably like 300 or 400 pages or something. I think it's like around 400. Yeah, over 400 pages. This one is definitely like over 600 pages. So you're in for a long ride, but it is worth the journey. There's a lot more action in this. I liked the pacing better than the first book. You're going to hear a lot of comparison between this one and the first book because I think this one is better. Also, because I hate Tamlin, so I was so happy to see less of him. I never liked Tamlin, not even a little bit, not even at all. Also, I just wanted to say, I don't know how people feel about like some of the characters, our night court characters that we get to know a lot better in this book. Rysand's team of his go-to people, his right-hand people. And so we've got, first of all, we get to finally see the city of Valeris, which is really, really cool. And we learn a lot more about the night court, and we learn about the kind of person that Rysand really is and how he hides his emotions, but he's actually deeply sensitive. It's kind of funny because I feel like Tamlin's the opposite, where like he seems more sensitive than he really is, but he's really just a possessive brute who can't think for himself. And yeah, so we get to meet the characters Azriel. Now, I don't blame you if you don't pronounce Azriel that way. It's just like his name, I literally could not decide how to pronounce it, but I'm stuck on saying Azriel. We have Azriel, we have Amryn, we have Moore, and I can't remember the other one's name because there were some weird names, but I liked Amryn better than Moore, and I kind of wanted to see what people's opinions were about that, about this team of characters. I did feel that with Azriel and gosh, it's gonna bother me that I don't remember the name.
Uh-oh.
Like, but it'll come to me. Oh my gosh, it's gonna bother me. Okay. But Azriel and the other character's name, they were like not the most memorable at first, but then like they slowly get better. And then with Amryn, she's the most fascinating to me. More, she has a really interesting backstory, but if it wasn't for her backstory, she's just not my favorite. Amryn is just really cool to me because she's kind of introduced to us as this like monster, and like she like lives off drinking blood and whatnot. And she could probably eat people if she wanted to, but she chooses not to. She's intellectual. She's too intelligent for that. But I don't know, I just really like her character. I really enjoy the characters that like are emotionally repressed. And she's like there's more to her than meets the eye. Whereas like more is like she's just very snarky and like you could definitely tell her and Ryson hang out a lot, and she's she definitely cares more than she lets on. But there's just something about her that comes across a little bit shallow to me, and I don't know why, because she's not a bad character. So I was kind of curious to see like what other people think about more as a character. I will say you will see some couples in this that you probably weren't expecting to couple up. So that part should be interesting for you. We're going to see a lot more of Feyre's sisters in this. So that's always interesting. But yeah, I highly recommend this book, and I am so excited to read the third one. I started it and I haven't finished it. I really wanted to get this review out, and I didn't want to mix up the second and third book, so I wanted to do this review before I read the third book. But I'm really excited because this left me on a cliffhanger. I was so nervous about how this book was going to end that I went and bought the third book before I even finished it. Like, I wouldn't let myself finish it because I was like, I'm not gonna be left hanging. Like, I thought it was gonna be really sad at the end, and then it was a pleasant surprise. I think you'll like the twist ending. So, anyway, that will conclude my book review of A Court of Mist and Fury. Hope you enjoyed it, and let me know what you think in the comments below. All right.